Thank you for joining me on the Storyist. It's interesting that some of the most detailed aerial phenomena happen over live volcanoes. These aircraft anomalies don't seem to be affected at all from the heat generated within these natural creations, so much so that they actually enter into them. Here's some recent footage that is certainly fascinating. These orb energy balls have had no reports of being seen earlier than just a few years ago. Gordon Cooper, the astronaut, describes what he's seen when he was in the space program, or the picture taken by pilot Harvey Williams in 1967.
Now, the vehicle that you just described, how similar was it to the very first sighting that you had back in 1951?
Quite similar. It was basically the same planform vehicle. They were double saucer, lenticular. But if you're going to be going in and out of atmospheres like Earth or other places might have, you certainly need a little more aerodynamic type of vehicle. And the saucer has the capability of going through the air at tremendous rates of speed and handling the bow and trailing wave without making shock waves. So it can be very silent while traveling at big rates of speed through the atmosphere.
I obtained photographs that were taken in 1967 by a military pilot, Harvey Williams, flying a C-47 for the Air Force at 12,000 feet, approximately 25 miles southwest of Provo, Utah. This particular vehicle matches the so-called ARV in all proportions and respects in terms of the detail of the shape of the craft.
Here's another image of a volcano's lava flow, again from Iceland, with a bright blue plasma orb over it. When I expand the window and play the video, this looks nothing like what we've seen in the latest New Jersey reports in the U.S. The camera now changes angle, and we can see there's more than one. The interesting thing about these orbs is that they're controlled by an intelligence. Here's footage from Brazil that's identical to the shaped objects we're seeing in the U.S.
We can consider this video made in São Paulo, Brazil, on the 2nd of January 1998, in the area of Capo Redondo, to be amongst the most relevant documents that show these explorers. It is also of great interest for the nearness of the object to the population of the town. The number of witnesses that have cited the evolution of this object is considerable, a fact that has been made possible, apart from its closeness, due also to the long span of time that the sighting lasted. It took approximately half an hour for the various evolutions to be completed above the houses of Capo Redondo. The object, of approximately 20 centimeters in size, emitted no sound and was situated approximately 200 meters from the young witness, Alan Bruno de Oliveira. The movements that the small aircraft made have all the characteristics of an intelligent hand, which can easily deduce how to avoid obstacles with agility when they appear in front of the aircraft, and is evidently of autonomous flight control.
A whole family was sitting, enjoying dinner, and suddenly through the window they saw this thing. One little boy saw it, everybody saw it after him. And the boy ran up, got the camera of his parents and filmed it from the balcony of the house. His cousin, who was joining the family, came up too. She took over the camera when he was not able to turn the autofocus off. Please do me one favor, whenever you film a UFO, don't use the autofocus. Turn it off and put on infinity, manual infinity, because then you will get the film in focus. Here the film sometimes is zooming in and off, because it's autofocus. And Katiuszka, beautiful little Brazilian girl, lovely, she took over the camera from him and turned the autofocus off, and then we get the good footage. But here you see how the craft is coming from the skies, diving into the city, going through the streets, and going up again. My Brazilian friend, engineer Claudia Cobo, did an investigation, and I went over last year, exactly 1 year ago, in February of 1999, and I spoke to the eyewitnesses, including a man standing right here who saw it from 10 meters distance. He was waiting for his wife to come with a bus, and he wanted to pick her up. Here you really see how it is diving into the city, flying by the houses, and we were able to locate 62 eyewitnesses who saw it from down there, from a close distance, flying. It was a football-shaped, football-sized sphere, but obviously under intelligent control, obviously maneuvering in a very, very, very strange way, and in a very intelligent way over.
Ryan Skinner filmed a live feed of a volcano's lava flow in Iceland. This footage is extremely impressive as you can clearly see the UAP move around.
It's a UFO. Get out of the way, dummy.
This footage is from Colombia, of the Cumbre volcano. The distance to the orb is much shorter than we're used to seeing, and the symmetry of the orb is remarkable. The way it literally is just hovering motionless and silent there makes you wonder how many people have been called crazy prior to the release of the latest camera phone technology we all have access to now.
Miren esa luz extraña. Miren ahí.
Se le está apareciendo.
Yo la estoy grabando.
Una luz, ahí ve una luz. ¡Ah! Manos. Manos.
Si no la tapan. Mírala, mírala ahí. Es que lo chistoso es que está flotando y cuando la miramos en el suelo. ¿Qué será, no?
April 14th, 2012, over Zapalpan Air Base in Mexico, an orb is seen descending while changing colors.
Que realiza maniobras inteligentes. Observe con toda atención.
Voy a subir con ¿qué será? No sé.
A baja altura, la esfera se suspende, como si observara algo o a alguien. Luego se eleva a la izquierda.
¿Qué se hace? Haciendo como círculos, ¿verdad?
Después se mueve horizontalmente y prepara una maniobra. No pierda detalle. Observe. La esfera baja en la ciudad, entre las casas. Nuevamente, observe con cuidado.
Eran las 8:40 de la noche y estaba cambiándome porque iba a ir a un evento. Y de repente me asomé por la ventana y vi una luz, era como una barra con 4 luces. Y esas luces cambiaban, intercalaban 2 colores, rojo y blanco. Pero se movía así, hacía un giro y se movía por otros lados. En el video se ve que es como una luz, una bola, pero en realidad era como una barra con colores. No tenía movimientos comunes de un avión y de un objeto que el hombre haya hecho. Tenía movimientos muy inteligentes.
Movimientos inteligentes, destacó el testigo.
On March 3rd, 2006 in Russia, another piece of amazingly similar footage was captured. Once again, the distance to the orb is extremely short.
НЛО, может быть?
Да какие НЛО? Разве бывает НЛО? Смотри-ка, он двигается, да?
Ну вот. Я тоже сниму.
Ух ты.
Ahora observe esta demostración.
Mexico City was the next location that had a similar incident on October 19, 2007.
Asomándose sobre los techos. Y luego se eleva. Permanece oculta y luego se eleva. Se suspende y desciende de nuevo de donde ya no fue vista.
Se ve como que está explorando la zona, hasta cierto punto baja hacia una casa y tarda unos segundos y se vuelve a elevar y empieza otra vez a hacer ciertos movimientos bruscos para luego perderse entre los árboles.
Descendió.
Descendió, exacto. Descendió, se volvió a elevar y se pierde entre los árboles.
Esta clase de objetos no identificados y sus acercamientos son una presencia cada vez más frecuente, por lo que esta investigación continuará.
Dá mais um. Dá mais um. Não, sério. Não, pra trás. Dá mais um. Dá mais um. Falou você. Fernando! Conseguimos pegar! Vai. Tira um pouco. Nossa, Cate! Meu Deus, tá baixando. Pegou, pegou, é? Peguei. Ele se confunde com as luzes da cidade. Mãe! Não é de controle remoto, não? Como que não vai descer tão rápido e tão... Eu não assisto. Esse telefone, gente. Está muito próximo.
El 14 de...
These orbs are being seen quite literally all over the world. The US has started seeing them recently. I, like many of you, was always a fan of movies about the UFO phenomena, and one can't help but comment on the extreme similarity to the movie The Abyss from 1989, which was written and directed by James Cameron. The scene you see before you is from the movie, and the alien portrayed in this shot certainly is just a coincidence of an orb, I'm sure. I hope you join me again on The Storyist, and if you enjoy this content, please remember to subscribe.